And I just got an email yesterday. The school is asking me to do a training session, a 2-hour training session on Teams. Can you believe that? Wow. Okay, Miss Harley. Yes, I did. I already noticed you here. Got you. Thank you. All right, so here we go. This is the question that was sent Tuesday, and it's from this class 4.117/7. And probably, I think we've already covered it because from another class. Yeah, we've already covered this, but we'll do it again. I'm going to do it on the Excel spreadsheet. First thing we do is count our points. So I'm going to write this down. 1. Excuse me. Count points and look up critical value. All right, so we got how many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, see, I disagree with the book here because I would not do a homework example with the same point because that would confuse students. But I know these algorithmically generate, so they probably don't have any control over. But there's 5 points. So we go to the critical value, and our critical value is 0.878. So 0.878. And you're going to use that at the end of the problem. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to go to the Excel spreadsheet. Y'all can type these in your calculator if you want. Go ahead and type them in your calculator and go ahead and get the information. I'll probably end up doing both anyway because I'm a sucker to get y'all to learn this stuff. I don't know why. Y'all don't care. All right, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because Mr. King is trying to tell me that he can't see. So there we go. Got another chat. What does that say? Cool beans. Oh, okay. People still use that? Cool beans? I thought it was something else now. Since y'all have so many weird words now. Oh, shut up. And here we go. I go to insert. I go to scatter plot. I'll blow this up for y'all since y'all are divas. There we go. Nothing interesting happened this week with y'all? Nothing? This is no joke. The people that asked me to do the training session are from Human Resources. You know, they pretty much, you know, do all the training and stuff like that. And they, you know what they said in the email? They asked me, can we record this and play it again for people that can't attend? I was like, yeah, we've been able to do that since 2005, but I didn't say that. I just said, yes, we can do that. Here's your brick phone. Why can't? There we go. Why isn't it letting me? There we go. All right, so there's our, and I'm gonna go over here, and R is equal to 0.8891 raised to the 0.5 power. All right, so write that information down. 2, plot points. Why do you have to plot points? Because they're going to ask you to find, you know, which one is the best rendition of these points. 3, find equation and R. And 4, compare R versus critical value. I'm writing this down, so just wait a minute. You'll see it in just a second. Y is equal to 2.625x minus 2.125, and R is equal to 0.9429. So here's what I'm doing. There you go. So for those of you that have no idea what we're doing, I don't know how you would have no idea, but we do have people that act like we're still in the first week of class. There you go. Count points. Look up the critical value. Plot your points. Find equation and R and compare R versus CV. So here, the R is greater than 0.878. So if R is positive and R is greater than your critical value, then you have what we call a positive linear correlation. Now, a correlation is just a pattern. A linear correlation means that you have a straight line, pretty much a straight line. Okay, so that's what it's saying. So let's go to our handy dandy calculator and let's do everything on the handy dandy calculator for those of you that need help with the calculator. I don't know why I do this. I shouldn't have to do this, but I spoil y'all, I know. It takes about 5 minutes for this calculator to come up. I don't know why. It didn't do that when I had the trial offer. You know what I think? I think it's Tri-County Tech that makes this slow because I think they put it on a server and it makes it a whole lot slower. I don't know why it takes so long. I'm sorry. I usually pull it up before class, but I was drinking, so I forgot. All right, so here we go. Stat. Edit, and let's go. My points are 2, 4, 6, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 6, 7, and delete. And the next ones are 4, 8, 12, 12, 19. 4, 8, 12, 12, 19. And everybody got those? So let's plot those. You can actually go ahead and hit graph if you've been plotting, but if you haven't been plotting, make sure that the stat plot is on. It is. Make sure this says L1 and L2. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to say what class it was, but there was, in one of my 120s, I told everybody that just like I probably told y'all, make sure it says L1 and L2 and make sure these two are off. Did I tell y'all that? And say this is the only one that you use because you're using L1 and L2. Now, if you were using L3 and L4, then you would use these two and turn this one on. If you were using L4, L5, and L6, then you would use this one. All right. But anyway, we went through and did 2 problems, and this one student kept saying, oh, I can't get it to come up right. I can't get it to come out right. My computer's stupid. I'm stupid, and all this stuff. Okay. And we kept plotting, and she kept showing me her she kept putting it up here and showing me on the camera what it was doing. And I said, something's not right. I said, you're getting a line through your, well, she didn't follow the first directions, and this one was set on residual. It took me about 3 or 4 of her showing me what she was doing. I said, you need to show me your setup. And she showed me this, and this one was, both of these were turned on, and this one was put on residual. So she didn't do what I told her to. You need to turn this on, and L1 and L2, and these two need to be turned off. Anyway, hit graph, and then you can't see everything. You hit zoom 9 for stat, and there's your points. Now you only have 4 points because one of them is duplicate. And now we're going to put in our y is equal and put in 2.625 x what? Minus 2.125 and graph. And there's your line, and you feel good about yourself. So make sure you make a memory of that so we can, and we know there is a linear correlation because our 0.9429 is greater than 0.878. So let's go back to our question. And of course, bravo, somebody already checked that. That is the answer. And correlation coefficient is 0.943. And you feel good about yourself. Now, if you don't know what the heck to do here, then you need to write this sentence down and leave a blank and put in. So I'm going to do that because this is what you should be doing as a student that don't know what you're doing, okay? Now you can add lib because R is blank and the absolute value is blank. It is blank, then the critical value, which is blank. And then we have, we blank, I don't know, let's see, linear relation. Okay, so I wrote this down like this. So if you are one of the students that are having problems with these, you need to write this down and you need to leave these blanks and you need to make 5 or 6 copies of this and what to put where. I'm going to show you what to put where. Okay, and I'm going to pull this down a little bit and I'm going to, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, let me put that down here. Hold on. I'm trying to help y'all out, so just bear with me a minute. Equals 0.878. What I'm doing is I'm spoiling y'all, and next semester when y'all take another math class, you're going to be in trouble because you're going to have somebody that sucks. All right, so here is our information right there. There. And I'm going to take my handy dandy highlighter out. And here is our critical value. So that's going to go right here. Oh, I'm sorry, right here. Shoot. Right there. And I'm going to take my pink. And my pink is my R, which goes here, and the absolute value goes there. So I'm going to say 0.943 and 0.943 and 0.878. And what is 943 compared to 878? Greater than, Hubert. That's right. Thank you for the interaction, class. So therefore, since that's greater than this, we have a linear correlation. So you need to kind of write this down and then leave those blanks and then make the association between R and the critical value. Does that help? Hope that helps. If that doesn't help, there's nothing I can do, people. That's it. That's all I can do. All right. Is R, is it positive or negative? It's positive. And it is 0.943, which is greater than 0.878. Therefore, a positive linear relation exists. And you feel good about yourself, so you don't have to wear sunglasses indoors. Everybody good? I hope that helps. Whoever sent that question, I hope that helps. All right.
Does it say who sent in the question?
Go ahead. What?
Does it say who sent in the question? Because I sent in one a couple days ago, and it wasn't that I didn't understand. It was that I'm pretty sure that one of the values on the question was wrong.
Okay. Was it like number 17?
Maybe. I don't remember. I know it was in, I'm pretty sure it was in 4.
Here it is. Right there. Is that it? Yeah, you sent it Tuesday. I didn't see it till just now. And I think Miss Yarborough sent one Tuesday also. Yeah. So we need to do both of those. So I'll do hers first and I'll do yours.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Because I don't like you and I'll do hers first. All right, 4.2, 13/5. Oh my God. Brick phone. I'm working with brick phones here. Hold on a second. Let's try it again. Okay, there we go. 4.2, 13/13 in the book, number 5. This is like y'all's number 5, and then we'll do Mr. King's, which is 29. So 13/5. The least squared regression equation, okay, they already did it for you. Y is equal to 746.8. Y is equal to 746.8x plus 13.099, where Y is the median income. Y is the median income, and X is the percent of people 25 years or older. X is the percent of people 25 or older. I'm just writing down this stuff so I don't have to go back to the question. With at least a bachelor's degree in the region. The scatter diagram indicates a linear correlation relation between the two variables with a correlation coefficient R is equal to 0.7802. Predict the median income of a region which 20%, so you're going to plug in. So you can do this 2 ways. The easiest way to do this is with your handy dandy calculator. So go into stat and clear, just go ahead and clear that because you don't want any points. You don't want anything. So hit clear, enter, and clear, enter. Get those out of there and go to Y is equal and punch in this problem. 746.8x plus 13.099. Everybody with me? And hit graph. Okay. Hold on a second. I must have not put something in. 746.8x. Oh, I know why. Second stat plot, turn stat plot off. Now hit graph. Can't see it. So hit stat 6. I'm not hit zoom 6. That's not right. Okay, if I got something marked, let's type it in again. 746.8x plus 13.099. And I should have a slanted line going across the y-axis at 13. Has anybody graphed it on your calculator? Anybody? Okay, y'all just not going to cooperate with me? Okay, we're back to playing games now. You're not going to talk to me. What the heck's the matter with this thing? Did I not type in what I'm supposed to type in? Okay.
Mine won't show either.
Hold on. Y is equal, turn that off. Y is equal to 746.8x plus 13.099. Delete graph. Zoom. I'm on zoom fit. There. Whew. Beginning to think I lost my dang mind. Let's do a zoom fit. Or you could put it in the first quadrant, but I'm going to put zoom fit. There we go. Don't ask me what just happened here. I have no idea. All right. So now, if you want to find a value, hit second and go to table. And there's your numbers. So I think they asked for 20, didn't they? 20 should be 14,949. So F of 20 is equal to 14,949. So if you got 20% people making 20 or got a bachelor's degree or more, 20%, then you got a mean income or median income of $15,000. So let's write that down. 0.09. And let's see what they say on the question. Round to the nearest dollar. So that should be 14,949 or 14,950. Okay, I have no idea. I have no idea. 28,000. Okay, I have no idea where they got that. No idea. Did I not punch it in correct? 746.8. All right, I'm going to try one other thing. Predict the median income 20%. So I'm going to put 20% 746.8 times 0.2 plus 13.099.
So this one I got wrong as well. I had to actually put 20 in for X. It wasn't 0.2. So X was, it was already percent base.
The calculator gave me, let me see, how do I explain this? The calculator right here, it just told me what 20 was. And that's wrong, according to them. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't understand how they got that. Because you don't get, what they say, 20 what?
Yeah.
What they get? 28? You don't get 28,000 until you get up to 38. So either I've typed in something wrong with the calculator, or they're doing something totally different than I am. See if they don't, see, that's what they did. Okay, something is wrong here. Hold on, just something is wrong. I'm going to put 20 in, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to take my calculator, and I'm going to hit second quit. And I'm going to take 746.8 times 20. And I'm going to add that to, where's my add? 13.0. I know what it is. I typed it in wrong. You know what I did? Does anybody know what I did? That's supposed to be a comma right there. Comma. Well, you don't have to put a comma, just put 13009. Look closely at the, hold on, I don't have a backspace here. 099. Now graph. Now do second table, and I bet we'll get the right answer. 20. There it goes. All right, what I did inadvertently, I'm sorry, I didn't read the question right. This says 13,000. I'm going to have to blow it up because I can't freaking see. All right, you got to blow it up. That's a comma, not a decimal. I had it as a decimal. Sorry about that. All right. In a particular region, now that we got the right formula down, in a particular region, 27.3% of adults, 25 has a bachelor's degree, blah, blah, blah. The median income in the region is 30. Is this income higher than what you would expect? So they want to know 27.3. Now you can do that with the calculator. You just have to put, and this will be hard, you'll have to go to table set, second table set, and change this to 0.1 and go to table. See there? And now you go, what did they say, 27 point what? That's all right. I'll go back and look. I wouldn't want y'all to interact with me. 27.3. Thank you, class. You know, y'all really suck. 27.3. There we go. 33,000 at 27.3. It's 33,487. So let's go back and see what they want to compare it to. In a particular region, blah, 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 the median income is 30,000. So one of those dots represent 30. is this income higher than you would expect? Okay, now to me, that's a trick question because I'm confused on what they're asking. Is the 33 higher or is the 30 higher? The 30 is lower. This is lower, I'm going to say lower than expected because the expected is 33,487. Now, if I get it wrong, then they're going to want to say this is higher than expected because the expected is 30,000, whatever they said right here. So let's see what we get. Okay, that's right. All right, now interpret the slope. Select the correct choice. Okay, the slope is equal to, this is A, this is B, and this is C. C, M is equal to $746.08. So for every step you take, for every step, this is vertical over horizontal. So every year, or every 1 year, it goes up $746.80. So that's basically what it says. So for every dollar increase, okay, for every dollar increase, let's see, the median income is predicted to be for 0%. Well, you could say right here for 0, it would be 13,099, but that's not what they're asking. Interpret the slope. So it would be this. The percent of adults having at least a bachelor's degree. No, they got a C and D. Here we go. The median income increases by what? $746.80. That should be the answer. Good gosh, how many more parts we got? Explain why it does not make sense to interpret the Y-intercept. Well, the Y-intercept is 13,000, okay? But where is this one ending up? This one is at about 20,000. It's out of the spectrum. So which one says it's out of the spectrum? It does not make sense to interpret the Y-intercept because the Y value of 0 is outside the scope. Let's read this one. It does not make sense to interpret because an X value of 0, I would say the Y value is outside the spectrum. Because this one is, where does this chart start? It starts at 20,000. So 13 would be down here. See what I'm saying? So that should be it. Now, whether this Philadelphia lawyer question, and that means the X value there, because it's still this down here, it would be like way over here at X value. That is not a test question. Is this the kind of question that you sent, Mr. King?
I think it was a similar question. The problem was, I don't know if I did something wrong, but I triple checked. One of
yours next.
The intercept that came out from the equation that I did came out wrong for me, and I did the math, and then I also checked the linear regression thing just to see if my calculator did it, and both answers that I got were the same, but it's not what they got.
Okay. Well, hopefully y'all saw that is a comma, not a decimal point, and we'll move on. Let's see who asked this question. Was it Miss Yarborough? Miss Yarborough, does that help? Even though I messed up the first part of it. Hopefully, I don't know if she's here or not. Is she here today? Miss Yarborough, let's see if she's here. Nope, she's not here. All right, so let's go to Mr. King's. And Mr. King's is right here, 4.2, 29/9. One of the biggest factors in determining the value of home is square footage. The accompanying data represents the square footage and selling price in thousands for a random sample of homes in a certain region. Complete parts A through C. So let's see what the data looks like. And they're probably, this is going to be a scatter plot. So let's just go ahead and get all the bare necessities out of the way. Let's go ahead and go to the Excel spreadsheet. And I'm going to blow it up where y'all can punch it in your calculator. I'm not punching all these in the calculator. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do all that. But y'all can punch it in as soon as this, there we go. All right, here, I'm going to blow them up for y'all. Go ahead and type these in. Oh, God. Hold on a second. I think it's about time for me just to quit. Let me do it again. There we go. Is that it? There we go. All right, there you go. I blew it up for you. Put those in the handy dandy calculator. Okay, so here's the scatter plot, and I'm going to go ahead and do all the stuff that we need to get. Is this what you're talking about, Mr. King?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what the calculator, your calculator, and my Excel spreadsheet come up with. All right, there's mine. Compare it with yours. I'm going to blow it up. Hold on. And R is equal to 0.08, I'm sorry, 0.8234 raised to the 0.5 power. I got 0.9074 for R.
Yeah,
So
those are the numbers I've got too.
Y is equal to 0.1577x plus 11.073, and our R is equal to 0.9074. Okay, does your calculator say the same thing?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Poor, does your calculator say the same thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just getting, because I'm going to get confirmation because I want to see if there's a problem on this. Okay, determine the linear. Okay, it looks like, well, let's see what it looks like. We know it's a positive slope, so we know C is not it. Let me bring this down. Okay, we know C is not it because that's a negative slope. We know that A is not it. Why? Because that's perfect almost. Okay, so it's got to be B or D, and he's already checked B, so we know that's right. And let's see, 0.908. I would get 907, but did you get that right? 908, was that 907 really, because that 4 doesn't bump it up to an 8, but that's okay. Is there a linear relationship? Yes. And then find the least square regression. 0.158 plus 11.07, but it says round to 3 decimal places. That's not right. It should be 11.073.
Yeah, so the first one, the M or the A or whatever you want to call it,
M.
is rounded to 3 decimals, and then you round your intercept to 1 decimal.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you got that one wrong. You got 10.776.
I don't know if I just completely messed up the other
No,
day.
I think you typed in one of your. I think you typed in one of these wrong.
Yeah.
I think when you did the problem, you might have not have typed in one of the decimals.
That's probably.
Why do I say that? Because your answer is very close to what this is. So I think you typed in an answer. I mean, typed in a point wrong.
I went back and triple checked my numbers just to make sure, and I mean I probably just passed over it again. So because I'm getting the right answer now.
Okay, good. Okay, now interpret the slope. Select the correct choice. Well, the slope is 0.1577. So that means our x value, which variable is explanatory variable? Explanatory variable means your x value. So as the square footage is going this way, your what? What is this? Square footage to what? Value of the home? Your value goes up. So for each square footage, the value goes up. So go down here and let's see, for every additional $1,000, the square footage, okay, it's backwards. For every additional square foot going that way, vertical over horizontal, going that way, by 157.8. I think that's what they're wanting. It should be 157.8. Says round to 3 decimal places. Okay, so we'll put in the whole thing. That'd be 0.158. Oh my God. This is not a test question. When it gets up to D and E and F, you can write it off as a test question. I'm not putting that on the test. Is it reasonable to interpret the Y-intercept? Well, the Y-intercept is what? At x is equal to 0, we get 11.073. So why is this not feasible? Now let's see if y'all can get this. This is a common sense question. Why is this unacceptable?
You can't have a house that's 0 square footage.
It would not exist. It would not exist. So that would be your answer. So is it reasonable to interpret? No, we are not going to interpret. So that's either Bravo, Charlie, or Delta. A house of 0 square feet doesn't make sense. There we go. I would say it's this one. Now, I'll probably get it wrong because some of these people that write these questions are out there floating. Yeah, see? A house of 0 square feet is not possible. So I guess a house of 0 square feet is possible. I guess they want outside the scope of the model.
I
No,
think it's C because
You're
it's both.
kidding. Whatever. God. Okay, whatever. If this guy, oh my God. H, really? One home that is 1436 square feet is sold for 215. Well, you're gonna have to put this in the calculator. So let's put it in the calculator. Y is equal to 0.1577 x plus 11.073 and graph. And zoom fit. Might as well do zoom fit or do zoom quadrant 1. Go ahead and let's do table. And we got it to the tenths. Let's see what they're asking. Do they ask for a whole number? One home that is 1436. So we want 14. We need whole numbers. So let's go back, change ours to whole numbers. Second table set. Change it back to whole numbers, ones. And now hit second table. And well, why didn't it do it? Second table set. Ones. Graph.
I think it's because your table starts at 26.5.
Oh, okay. All right, what were they wanting? 14 what? That's way up there. Hold on a second. Second table set. Start at 1,000. Enter. Second table. And what do they want? 14 what? That's all right. I'll go look it up. Appreciate it. 1436. So let's go back to the table. 1436. I should have started at 1400. Let's start it at 1400. I never knew we were going to go to a dadgum. We're going to do every letter of the alphabet. These questions irritate me. I know y'all can't tell it, but they do. They irritate me. What number? 1436? Okay, 1436. We're talking about a home. Good gosh. My dadgum house is 2,000, and it ain't nowhere near that much. I wish it was. I'd sell it. 1436 is 237.53. 237,000. That must be nice. It must be in New York or something. All right, so let's go back and let's see what they say. One home that is 1436 sold for 215,000. The home price is below the average price. The average price is 237. What is it? 238? Please let this be the last letter. Oh my gosh. Now, that is a okay homework problem, but I would not put that on the test. Does that help out, Mr. King? Good gracious.
Yes, sir, it does.
Any others? Let's see if there's any other from this class that y'all sent Tuesday. Let me look for Tuesday. Let me just look for, no, well, no. No, that's it. That's all from this class. So that was a humdinger of a question. I didn't know they went up to H. Good gosh. I might put three. I just put 3 of those on the test. And if you can pass those 3, then you can do okay. All right. No, I'm not doing that. All right. So let's get back to what we were doing. Let's go to, we went over multiplicative law. We went over additive law. So now let's go over what we call counting. Now, let's make a note that I am skipping. Your test will cover 4.1, 4.2, that's about 20%, and 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and 5.5. And that's 80%. So everybody make a note that we are skipping what? 5.4 and 5.6. All right, now I want everybody to see that right now and make sure you understand that. So you won't say, why isn't there any homework on 5.4, but it's on the outline? Well, I just took it out of the outline. It's not there anymore. So I want you to take your outline, I want you to mark through 5.4 and 5.6. So you won't be asking me about it. Miss Poor, what high school did you go to?
I go to BHP.
I like your shirt. I went
Thank you.
to West Side. We didn't have shirts like that because we were in the minority. So we didn't have an FFA.
I think I got this from National Convention last year for
Did
free.
You? Are you Rance's sister?
Yes, sir, I am.
Well, you can tell it. You can tell it. Y'all
Really?
look alike. All right. See, what is he doing now?
He's doing HVAC.
Good.
Yes.
Well, he's all right. I don't like him, but he's all right. All right. So let's move on to y'all's what do you call it? 5.5. And the reason I'm going to the PowerPoint for 5.5 is because it shows 3 different type problems that I want y'all to see. And we're probably not going to get through it, but might as well go as much as we can today. Mr. King took up all the class time. That's all right. PowerPoint and 5.5. Yeah, I think Mr. Rance took every math I could teach. He took like 5 maths under me.
He loved you so much. He thought you were the
Well,
greatest.
you know, he was high on drugs all the time. So anyway, we tried to have an intervention with him, but it didn't work. All right, 5.6. 5.5, sorry. 5.5. Actually, he was one person that actually taught in class. The rest of the weaned on a pickle hated him. 5.5. Now, a lot of you think, well, I know how to count. I wouldn't be in probability and statistics. Well, when you're dealing with counting, you're dealing with factorial and exponents. So you need to write that down. When you're talking about counting, you're talking about exponents and factorial. Now, with exponents, you're talking about, let's go with a license plate that has 7 spaces. 1, let's go with 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And each one of those spots, you can have letters. Everybody with me? So that would be 5 to the 26th power. No, let's see, the opposite. It would be 26 to the 5th power, which means the numbers to the space power or letters to the space power. In other words, if you're given like a key code for or your PIN for your debit card is usually, let's see, what is it? It's 4 numbers. And you can use any number between 0 and 9, right? So that would be the numbers 9, that'd be 10 raised to the 4th power because you have 4 digits to put in. This is the spaces and this is the letters. So you're either going to put in letters or numbers or both. And when you put in both, you got to do a different thing. But when you're talking about numbers from 0 to 9, that's 10. 0 to 9, that's 10 numbers. So either you're going to do 26 to the 5th or like this is a PIN, PIN number. That would be a PIN for your debit card or a license plate with 5 spaces, and each space has a letter. That would be 26 to the 5th power. So it's either going to be numbers to the space power or letters to the space power. So that was where the exponents come in. And then you have factorial, which factorial is numbers multiplied in sequence. So 5 factorial would be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 4 factorial would be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 3 factorial would be 3 times 2 times 1, and so on. And here we have combinations. Which is NCR, which is no order. And I'll draw a red X through that. And then we have what we call a permutation, which is NPR, which is order. And I put a green check there. All right. Now, with the combination, you're going to do basically the lottery question. With a permutation, you're going to do trifecta, which means a race, first, second, or third, or board members, board officers. Lottery, you're also going to do committee members. Because committee members, there is no order. Where board officers, you have president, vice president, or chairman, vice chairman, secretary, treasurer. They're actually board. You have actually officers. Okay, so these are the 3 questions that I would put on a test. Okay, there's other questions in the 5.5 section, but these are the 3 questions that I would put on a test. An exponent, a factorial combination, and a factorial permutation. All right, so with that being said, there is the multiplication rule. Now, what about this? Well, this would be like entrees on a menu, okay? You have 4 things to choose from, you have 3 things to choose from, and you have 2 desserts to choose from. Then you would multiply 4 times 3 times 2. And that's what they're fixing to show you right here. Yeah, here it is. Write this one down because this is an example of just counting with multiplication. The following is a, appetizer, super salad. That's 2. Baked chicken, broiled beef patty, baby beef liver. Now, there's 3 things in the world that I've never had a taste for. One is coffee. I'm talking about real coffee because I'm not talking about a milkshake. All right. Anybody can drink some of these milkshakes that they make. I'm talking about black coffee with cream or sugar. I've tried it all three ways. I've tried black. I've tried black with cream and sugar, black with sugar, and I can't drink it. I just don't taste anything. I'm not talking about those $5, $10 milkshakes y'all buy in the morning.
Black with cream and sugar isn't black anymore.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is I've tried the three basic ways.
Okay.
Okay. And I don't visit the place for the milkshakes that don't support our troops, so I don't go there anyway. So I just don't taste it. Smoking, I've never developed a taste for that. Even in the Marine Corps, when the Marine Corps ball, we'd smoke a cigar, I'd be like, throw mine away. I just couldn't do it. And liver, I don't understand liver. I've never understood liver. I have tried to eat it. I just cannot eat it. All right. So, and roast beef. I would take the roast beef any day. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my 4. And then ice cream or cheesecake. Well, that would be cheesecake any day. So that would be 4, 2, and 2. And then you multiply them together. So you got 16 different ways that you can order that meal. Now this question right here, the reason I want you to write it down, it's a standardized test question. That question will show up on a SAT, ACT, TEAS, GRE, any of those standardized tests. That's the type of question they would ask. Okay, so 2 times 4 times 2 is 16. And that's what we call just a multiplicative question. Multiplicative. There's factorial, permutation. I'll show you how to do that on a calculator. Here is the, go ahead and write down the formula. I want you to write down the formula just in case you see it on a standardized test. NPR, permutation, which means order. Write that formula down, but I'm going to show you how to do it on a calculator, so I'm not going to ask you to do it by hand. And I've got to hurry because some of y'all are going to start spontaneously combusting in a few minutes. Next, there is the example. Write that down because this is a standardized test question and it's also a test question for me. In how many ways can a 10-horse race finish first? It's called a trifecta. First, second, and third. Get out your handy-dandy calculator. Just write down the question. Hold on, I'm getting there. Dadgummit. There. That's all you need to write. How many ways can horses in a 10-horse race finish first, second, and third? There's your order. First, second, and third, that's the order. So you take your handy-dandy calculator and you type 10, because 10 is your biggest number, that's N. And you get out of this, quit, there we go. 10, then hit math, go over to probability, and there is your NPR. And 3. And enter. So there's 720 different ways that those horses can end first, second, and third. So all you got to do is make 720 $20 bets, and you walk out a winner. question. I'll do it one more time because I know there's somebody that was watching TV and wasn't paying attention. So here we go. You type in the biggest number, which is 10. Then let me pull this up a little bit. Hold on. There we go. Clear. Let me just start over. Clear. Clear. Second, quit. Clear, damn it. Sorry. All right. So here we go. 10. Type in N. That's your biggest number. Then math. Over to the right. Probability. See how it does everything down here for you? Enter. Oops, I messed up. I screwed up. Sorry. 10, math, probability, then go down to NPR and 3. All right. Now, what about a combination? Well, you do the same thing with a combination. 10, math, combination, 3. So that's how you use the permutation and the combination. The only thing you have to remember is when do you use what? And I'm going to write that down for you one more time so y'all don't screw it up. You're going to use NCR when you're talking about no order. Order is not necessary. And that's going to be with your lottery, with your committees, because committees do not have officers. And then in PR, you're going to be using order. And just like the problem you just saw, trifecta and board members. And they have to have officers. So let's see if we can find another problem. Go ahead and write down the formula for combination. It's only got one thing in it, that R factorial down in the bottom. That's the only difference. And here is an example. How many different simple random sample sizes of 4? How many 4-member committees can be made up of 20 people? That's how the question, I would write that question down. How many 4-member committees can be made from 20 people? How many 4-member committees can be made from 20 people? So you go to your handy dandy calculator. You type in 20. Let me clear everything. You type in 20, math, probability, combination of what? 4. There's your answer. Now, I hope y'all don't mess these up, but somebody will. But they're very simple. $48.45. Now, go ahead and write this down. This is usually with freaking flags, and I don't put these on the test. Permutation with non-distinct items. And they usually put a question on a standardized test like flags, different flags. You know, down at the beach, they use different flags for different weather conditions. Well, this is, or on the boat, this is, I think I don't know if they do it here, flags. All right, n factorial over the first n times the second n times the third n times the fourth n factorial. So write that down, and you'll see the question here next. These are not hard. You just have to match up the formula with the question. And here's the question. How many different vertical arrangements are there for 10 flags if 5 are white, 3 are blue, and 2 are red? Who the hell cares? This is one of those problems that people are like, why? All right. Now, that's why I don't test on this question. How many different vertical arrangements are there of 10 flags if 5 are white? Now, I like red, white, and blue. If 2 are red, 5 are white, and 3 are blue. Heaven forbid they do red, white, and blue in that order. Heaven forbid. Shut up, Hubert. Shut up. 10 factorial over 5 factorial times 3 factorial times 2 factorial. Now, what you're going to see is 5 factorial below cancels out, and you're left with 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. But that's not really for you to, that's not a big deal. Okay? And you get 2520. Question, gripe, complaint. There's, okay, the rest is, there's your winning the lottery. We'll go over those because I'm going to go over those next time with you. Yeah, that's winning the lottery. I'll go ahead and show that one to you while we're finishing up. We got 3 minutes. Go ahead and write this one down. It says, you don't have to write down everything. Just write down each ticket has 2 sets of 6 numbers. So there are 2 chances of winning. Okay, and you got 52 numbers to choose from. So your 52 combination of 6. That's what it is right there. So I'll give you a second to write that one down. Mr. King, your hoodie makes you look like Stewie on Family Guy. Got that head like football. Stewie has some major issues. He's got some major issues. I think that whole family is dysfunctional. But I want to ask y'all a question. How can a generation raised on Family Guy and South Park be so easily offended?
That is a great point.
My generation was raised on Bugs Bunny and the Coyote and the Roadrunner, and we're not offended about anything. So you got a sample space is the subject. Let's see, what is the probability of winning is given by a number of ways a ticket could be divided. Each ticket has 2 sets of 6 numbers. 2 sets of 6 numbers, and each number goes from 1 to 52 or 0 to 52 or whatever. And there is your combination, and they show it to you on the next page. There it is. Now, you don't have to do all this. You just type it in your calculator, 52 combination 6. 52, math, combination, 6. There you go. Let's see, what is that? 20,358,000. Yeah, there it is. So if you bought one ticket or 2 tickets, your probability is 2 over 20,358,520. And that's how you do the lottery. All right, I'm going to shut her down because some of y'all are going to start convulsing. Any questions? Now, what did I tell y'all a while ago? I told y'all that, there we go. I told y'all we're at 5.5. So that means Tuesday, y'all should be sending me questions in, and we should be finishing up Tuesday or Thursday. That means Unit 2 test by the end of next week, probably. All right, y'all get started. See y'all. Have a great weekend, and y'all keep it between the ditches. Some of y'all will take a whole weekend to figure out what that means, but that's just an old term. It's not to offend anybody. I hope ditch don't offend anybody.